Hi, my name is Tony Promiscuo, owner and artistic director of Godiva Salon in Atlanta, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about texture, density, and diameter of hair. Most people have some real misconceptions about what type of hair they have, and I'd like to clear up those misconceptions and give you a real easy little mental image to help identify the texture of hair that you have. Not only will you be able to understand the texture of hair you have, but the potential you have for having the hair that you really want. I'm going to use a little tool today that we use to teach the stylists in the salon. So if you'll take a look at the flip chart that I have over here. Across the top, you can notice that I have the diameter. And the smaller diameter hair, of course, would be fine hair. The medium diameter would be what most people would consider to be ideal. And then the large diameter would be a more coarse, larger hair shaft. On the right, we have straight, wavy, curly, and extra curly. And every single individual falls into these two categories right here, as well as the last, which is called density. And if you look at each one of these little square inch blocks, you'll notice that each one has more, in this case, dots. But what we're talking about are hair follicles. And so with density, obviously, in a square inch, if you have less hair, then it might be considered thin there. The medium density would be, again, probably the most ideal density to deal with because it's not overly thick or overly thin. And then when you have an extreme amount of density, will have usually a lot of weight with your hair. Even if it's fine in diameter and highly dense, it's going to create a lot of weight, and that can come into play when you're trying to design certain haircuts. So, if you find yourself on this scale, and just say that you're fine and maybe medium density and straight, you may want to think about adding a little body to your hair. And one of the things we've been doing a lot that we haven't done for many years is light body waves and what we call condensed waves, where we're using large sections of hair on large rods and just creating a little bit of movement, because if you're straight, small, and medium density, the only thing you're lacking is a little bit of movement, which would give you body. On the other side of the spectrum, let's just say that you're extra curly and you're coarse. What we want to do is we want to bring you to this area right here, which is the middle ground, medium diameter. We can't change the density, but we can retexturize and remove some of the extra curl using a process that we call Japanese hair straightening or thermal reconditioning. If you happen to be that fortunate person who has medium diameter, medium density, right between wave and curl, puts you right in this area right here, you are home free. You've got the perfect hair to work with, and the only limitations on the hairstyle in that case would be the limitations that you chose by not wanting to remove a certain amount of length or add layers or whatever that might be. So I hope these few minutes that we've spent talking about texture, density, and wave pattern has helped you to understand your hair a little bit better. I believe if we arm you with the proper knowledge, it just helps you be that much better client. And so I hope you've enjoyed our little segment today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.